with another video. I see that title was going down. Definitely appreciate y'all much. Let everybody definitely have to check this video out. I check this video out because it's a shame. It's like it get every day, you know. I sit there and I'm like, dang, you know, I wonder what the next thing is gonna be with Fani. I wonder what the next thing is gonna be. I wonder what's gonna come out. I'm waiting on the next thing to come out. I know y'all just, you know, get so happy that, you know, a lot of stuff is coming out. But make sure y'all check out Doug and Ace in the description box down below. Long video, but it's a good one. Let's get in the video, y'all.
Fani Willis is the center of attention. She is the focus of it all, not Trump. These are coming out almost every day. She is so corrupt. It's so hilarious and backfiring against her. We have another one of the 18 defendants turning around and demanding she be removed from the trial. This is all good news for Trump. Welcome to In Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. I hope you'll subscribe. It encourages me to do more of these kinds of videos. Let's go. There's a lot to cover. Grab some popcorn and a drink. This is going to take a second. Here's embattled DA Fani Willis faces fourth accusation to disqualify her from the Trump case. That means Fani Willis has the same number of accusers against her as Trump has indictments against him. 4. A fourth co-defendant in the Georgia case against former President Donald Trump has filed a motion for the court to disqualify embattled District Attorney Fani Willis. So this is the same thing that Roman guy did. Remember the headshot of him. And we'll get this other guy's headshot just so you can. This is David Schaefer. In case you haven't seen him, I'll pop a headshot in right here of his mugshot. Co-defendant David Schaefer, who in 2020 served as the Georgia GOP chairman and a GOP presidential elector for Georgia during the 2020 election, filed a motion in court Monday saying Willis has engaged in a, quote, pattern of prosecutorial forensic misconduct, which he says should disqualify not only her, but her entire office and prosecution staff. Schaefer on Monday claimed that Willis had a pattern of prejudicial public statements about the case through various media interviews and public speeches. I agree with this. It's clear that she's prejudiced against Trump.
Exactly. You know it's something good because, you know, when you're reading something, you read an article and you got something to say after, you ain't finished with reading the article, you know it's something good. Come on with it, Doug.
And claimed that in making such statements, she intended to, quote, reject and infect the jury pool. Now, this one I hadn't heard before. This is brand new. It actually makes sense. This is about why she went and made the big announcement at a church instead of to the media, which we're all going, why would she do that? His Schaefer's proposal is that she was trying to poison the jury pool to her side. It gets a little more specific than that. Schaefer and his lawyers argue that this is primarily what warrants her removal. They say that she went to that black church and said, look, everybody, potential jurors, this was done because of racism. Remember that? This was done because of racism. And now, by implication, right, if you're in the jury and you take the side of Trump or against Fani Willis, then you are what? A racist. That's what he's claiming she did by going to that church. In other words, she got her message out to more potential jurors by going to that church. And so he's claiming that's evidence. But as noted, Gillen states, District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade are not victims here. These are self-inflicted and completely avoidable errors in which the defense has no hand. But the defense, being Trump, had nothing to do with what they did to themselves, but are of such significance that the defense has no choice but to put them before the court. They're even saying, look, this is so obviously corrupt, we have to bring it up. You know, it wasn't our fault. Fani Willis did this. Gillen said in the filing that Willis's discomfort, because they're going, oh, Willis, she's so uncomfortable having to bring her relationship in front of everyone, Gillen said in filing that Willis' discomfort pales in comparison to what Mr. Schaefer, a presumptively and actually innocent man, has endured. So imagine that. This guy's a poor schmo who is called a fake elector and a false elector, which is not necessarily true, and that he was given RICO charges for racketeering. So this is why we say, if it's good enough to go after Schaefer and for being loosely associated with Trump, then it's good enough to go after Fani Willis. Boot on the neck. Do not let up. I want her embarrassed, off the case, done, disbarred, impeached, and thrown in jail, and probably deported. Do not stop. No mercy. I'm tired of mercy for one side for poor Fani Willis, but guys like Schaefer, throw the book at him, charge him with anything you want. This is just politics. Wait till you see the stinky trail of money that's funding Fani Willis. It goes all the way up to the evil one. Here's his life has been upended by unwarranted and meritless charges filed by District Attorney Willis. Poor Schaefer, this guy. And Fani Willis, that she does not have the legal authority or jurisdiction to even pursue, the filing states. Now, here's David Schaefer's Twitter. So this is the defendant, right? One of the 18 defendants that she nailed with RICO charges. Schaefer writes, we today filed 5 motions in Fulton County case, including this new 229-page motion to disqualify Fani Willis for a continuing pattern of forensic prosecutorial misconduct. Now, I'm not going to read all of those 229 pages, but I could do a show every day for a year just on this document. Here's the front of the page, okay? In the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia.
It's going to mess around and turn into one of them little documentary or like a movie or something.
State of Georgia versus David J. Schaefer, with defendant David J. Schaefer's motion to disqualify the district attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, Atlanta Judicial Court, and the district attorney's office from further prosecution of this action and for an evidentiary hearing. So now Fani Willis, all these people she called up that they just threw out in bulk with RICO charges, now every one of them can come back after her and say she should be removed for her corruption, taking money from the government, spending it on herself to go after Trump. Quote, if I were to comment on any open case, it would be a reason to conflict my office out. That is, there'd be so much conflict that this office should be removed if they commented on an open case. Who said this? Fulton County District Attorney Fani T. Willis, November 14th, 2023. Emphasis added. Well, she commented on an open case, and by her own standards, it is reason to conflict her office out of the case. This is to the reporter of the Washington Post. Number 1, introduction and background. The Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has engaged in a pattern of prosecutorial forensic misconduct which compels her disqualification from the prosecution of this case, as well as the disqualification of her entire office and prosecution staff. All of the causes for the disqualifications are self-inflicted blows. That was you, Fani Willis. You did this.
But if you think about it, like being serious, like with it all, if you have somebody that you have, that office, you had, of course you want to everybody, because you don't want it to continue to happen and continue. And the way they went about this, in a way, it's more so, like I said in the last video. It's the actions. I feel like instead of all of this, talking, it's action. Stuff needs to be done, now. It needs to be, the stuff needs to be get going. Because the way that, all this is, and like I said, she messed herself over. I mean, she messed herself over. At the end of the day, you messed yourself over. You trying to get somebody else and mess somebody else over, you mess yourself over. And it was going to come out, and more stuff is going to come out.
To yourself. We got to find the enemy. You know who the racist is? Look in the mirror. You're the bad guy racist that destroyed your own career. Straying wildly from the legal guardrails, which are designed to protect the accused from improper blah, blah, blah. That's just the beginning of the 299-page document. Here's Technofrog on Twitter. New details alleged against Fulton County DA Fani Willis. They're new. It's like this is a fire hose that will not end against this woman. Witnesses will testify she, quote, cohabitated, unquote, with Nathan Wade despite her denials at her home. So she claimed, remember, she said, this isn't corrupt because I fell in love with Nathan Wade after I hired him. And now we're finding out that's a lie. They have witnesses that said she and Nathan Wade were living with each other, cohabitated with each other before he was hired. Did she lie under oath? That's a felony. The relationship began in 2019. She's claiming it happened in 2020 or 22. To the 3 years.
But that's you know, I feel like you can covering up. And I say that because I know a lot of people looking at, oh, so what? You know, so many people, oh, so what if it was in 19? And you know, you said it was you know, that's I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Let me make sure.
She's claiming it happened in 2020 or 22.
22. So that's a long period of time. That's a long period of time. And 3 years before. So that's a long period of time. Thinking about that. How long you think they been, you know, messing up? I mean, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Like I said, it's some stuff that ain't came out yet. It's gonna come out though.
To the 3 years before Willis Wade says it began, and before Wade's 2021 appointment. Oof. She's just done, guys. She's cooked. It gets worse for her every day. She has told so many lies. Now, here's that legal document. Notably, Wade's affidavit proves that a hearing in this matter is needed. For example, if Mr. Roman, remember this is Roman, is the other defendant that went after Fani Willis and initially wanted this thing dismissed, was permitted to cross-examine Nathan Wade, he could ask questions such as the following. In paragraph 17 of your affidavit, you swore that you met Miss Willis in October of 2019. Isn't it true that you began more than just a friendship at that conference? In paragraph 31 of your affidavit, you swore that you've never cohabitated with Miss Willis, but the attached documents show you shared a king-size bed with her in Aruba from November 1st to November 4th. Additionally, witnesses will tell.
See, I ain't the smartest dude, you know, but I'm pretty sure Aruba. I got a hat. My grandmother went to Aruba. It's beautiful, nice. She brought me back some I think it was like aloe from an aloe plant. They got like this aloe place there or whatever. You know, you have she brought me hand sanitizer and lotion and all of that. Body wash. So I know that's a place. Hey, come on now. They out here for real spinning. Come on now.
Will testify that you cohabitated with Miss Willis at her home in South Fulton. You lived there, buddy, until her father moved in with her, and then he began to cohabitate at the apartment of a friend of hers in East Point. More on Technofrog. Witness will testify that DA Fani Willis cohabitated in Airbnb. That was paid for by taxpayer money. The safe house was also a romantic getaway. She guilty of corruption. She has to get removed and her whole office removed. Additionally, witnesses will testify that you cohabitated with Miss Willis at an Airbnb in Hapeville that was paid for by taxpayer money to serve as a safe house for you and Miss Willis. Wade started divorce proceedings the day after he was hired as special prosecutor on the Trump case.
There it
The
is.
divorce turned contentious last year after Jocelyn Mayfield Wade, that's Wade's wife, complained that her husband had failed to disclose his finances, including income from working on the Trump case. He's a deadbeat dad and a deadbeat husband. Where's the feminists on this one? About anti-deadbeat dads. They're defending him. That's Democrats for you. They do not care about fathers. They do not care about deadbeat dads when it doesn't serve their political outlook. It is time for them to circle the wagons around Nathan Wade. He did nothing wrong, even though he was hiding income from his wife so that she would not get paid. He's stealing. Even the government money he's stealing. Whoopsie. Harry Littman just admitted Fani Willis is getting help from outside lawyers to write her court filings. Fani Willis is a plagiarist. But wait till you hear the dark money, how evil, where it probably comes from. Here's the Midas touch, a bunch of liberal squares trying to defend the indefensible Fani Willis. This lawyer lets it slip out. He goes, look, Fani Willis, I just want you to know that her documents are so well written because she's getting help from an outside source. So that's not a Republican came up with this. This is a Democrat Marxist apparatchik that came up with this. Watch.
So the writing's been splendid, notably so. This 176-page motion actually got an assist. We don't know. I don't know exactly who it was, but there have been some outside lawyers who've been joining the cause. We have just everything is so different, and they're in a fishbowl. But that includes then people who want to be helpful if they can.
This document is so well written. It got an assist, he said. They just now said, look, someone outside is helping. What does that mean? Here's Jeff Carlson. We've been noting this for some time. On October 4th, 2021, Brookings and Eisen published a report titled Fulton County, Georgia's Trump Investigation, an analysis of the reported facts and the applicable law. Eisen also has long-standing ties to CREW, C-R-E-W, and 3 of Eisen's co-authors are directly employed by CREW. 2 others are employed by the Brookings Institute. Both entities also provide outside funding and staff support to the report. Okay, so he's just saying, look, here's the group of people that are helping on the legal side. One other notable founder was also involved, the Open Society Foundation. Oops. George Soros's funding vehicle. There you go, guys. The same guy that appointed her is funding all these lawyers to go after Trump through a dummy like Fani Willis, who can't even write her own legal documents, needs help by outside brainiacs that Soros is funding. Also means Soros, through Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, colluding with the White House Biden to go after an opponent. How's that for dirty, rotten expose right here in exile? The Eisen report lists 7 pages of, quote, key people, including all those indicted by Fulton County DA Fani Willis. What does this mean? What's the significance of that? This is the report. It was an action plan that the Eisen report put together. And it had the 18 RICO charges, the people they went after. So it would have Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis and all of these names that are coming out were on that list. So they put together the hit list. Fani Willis wasn't smart enough to do it. Of course not. How would she know about what these people did? It's these brainiacs put it together, handed it to Fani Willis, and she aped it. They actually had, wait, let me read this next. The information provided by Eisen is so detailed and expansive that it appears Willis could have cut and pasted Eisen's work into her indictments. These are amateurs. At a bare minimum, it's clear that Willis had her hand held by outside lawyers and her throughout the entire process. Also notable are the overlapping dates of Eisen's reports and Willis's investigation. So as his reports came out, Willis's investigation comes out. And here's just a little tail note on that.
I think it's been solid, though I have from the start thought, wow, charging it as a RICO has a lot of implications, and I care the most about speed. And I think that it's a big vehicle to try to lumber down the road and also be quick.
Whoops, I wanted speed, and I added a bunch of RICO charges that slowed this thing the hell down. Good news for Trump, it's all slowed down and gummed up. Bad news for these effete Marxist swishes that are all going down. I'm done.
It is, and one thing about it is it's like I said like I said earlier, it's all coming out day by day, and just a month ago, looking at things like, oh, okay, I wonder how this is gonna plan out if this happens and that happens, and then he has court here, he had hearing the hearing here, and he got this, and then this ends up coming out. What's going down right now is this case is, I mean, it's depreciating itself. It's going down. It's going down, and I feel like honestly, with Fani is not gonna end well. I mean, when you do stuff like that, that was my first time, hearing about the whole, Aruba thing, and it's no telling what else was bought, what other lies that was told. A lot of this, and I feel like a lot is gonna come out, and I feel like something is definitely, it could happen. I definitely see it, and everybody's all over it. I feel like a lot more people know a lot more about Trump. A lot of more people are knowing stuff that Fani is done. Even people that's younger than me. I'm 25. I'll be 26 March 3rd. So I'll turn 26 next month. It's pretty cool. Okay, it's pretty cool. 26. But people younger than me. 17, 18. I hearing my younger brother. I think he's like 15 or 16. I don't know. But I hear young, and it even though stuff like this, it takes a lot for something big to happen that's on social media, TikTok, Instagram, something like that. One thing about it is getting out to a lot of people that's knowing what's real, and I feel like it's definitely important for the younger generation to know what's going on here in the United States. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure y'all also go check out Doug in the description box down below. Definitely appreciate everybody. Much love, everybody. Thank y'all for sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that. Catch y'all next one.